Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna be removing the whole builder system and install a new connection for the shower head I bought at Home Depot. So this shower head, this Delta shower head, won't fit here. So it came with one of these in the box. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna remove in the system, install this new one. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. By the way, I'm removing everything. I'm gonna be cutting it off and put a new one in. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna measure it. That's 41 inches. I need 24 inches, 24 inches, from here to here. That's 18 inches, and 5.5 inches. Okay, so all the tools and pieces I need for this job is a flame torch. I bought this at my local Home Depot store, and I have one of these small propane tank. I just put it on. I need a lighter, tape measure, Scotch-Brite, a piece of sandpaper. I need 2T connection. I need 2 capping, 2 sleeves, one of these circle brackets for right here, and this piece to go up top to connect the shower head in. I will also need one of these cutter so I can cut the required length for my copper pipe. It's important to get a nice clean cut, because if you don't get a nice clean cut when you make the connections, it might leak later. Need a brush, and the brush is to put on this tin and flux. I need solder wire. I will say you can get all 3 of these in a package for probably like $30 or something like that, right? And just make sure this is lead free, and this is for plumbing, the solder wire. So that's all I needed, and I can go ahead and start to make the connection. What I will do, I will connect them first, and then later I will just make the last 2 connection here. All right, so this tool that I bought from Home Depot, they actually made by Oski. You just slid it on. Once you have your measurement, you just slid it on, and then you just turn it. Keep turning, and then you get a nice smooth cut. Right? You can use an ox saw, you can use whatever saw you have, but I find that this little small tool here, like it's really handy. And when you're done, it's like nice and smooth. Like there's no bar, there's nothing in it. So, you know, I definitely love using the small tool. Now this tin and flux is highly corrosive, so you gotta make sure, like I'm not using a gloves right now, I should be, but I'm gonna make sure it doesn't touch my hand, and I'm going to be very careful. Okay, so you wanna use the brush as provided. And then you just wanna brush it around. Just make sure you get a nice coverage right all the way around. Same thing with the shower head cover. And a nice coverage all the way around. Okay. Right. And once you get it like that, now it's ready for soldering. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and warm this up. And the key is when you're soldering, you actually want to solder from the bottom up. Don't go from the top, because the heat rises. Right. See that? So once you solder, what happened is it gets sucked up in there and make a nice seal. I'm going to start to make the connections inside here. Now, you want to make sure you remove all the plastic from it. So like this plastic part, you want to make sure you remove it, because this will melt, right? If you had lots of heat. Here. So there's no more plastic left, so I'm gonna start make my connections in it. I have gone ahead and cut everything that I needed, like all the pieces. I've also gone ahead and debar, smooth it down, and use my Scotch Brite and clean it up. So everything is all ready to go. Like even my fittings, I have all cleaned them up and they're all ready to go. So I just gotta make my connections right now. Now it is important to make sure that you're paying attention to you know, the direction it's going. So this is pointing up, so I know when I put my piece in, my valves in, it's gonna be like this. So the shower sprout's gonna connect up here, the two side piece is gonna connect here, and the bottom is gonna connect down here. All right, so this piece is all done. I can now flip it over and do the other side. Okay, so I finished soldering it in. I try to get this as straight as I possibly can because you want to make sure that this line up with that. I mean, I'm not using a laser level, but you know, when I check it, it's good to go. So, you know, it's close enough. With a laser level, you'll be able to get it dead straight, but when you don't have the required tool, you gotta improvise. And I think I had it straight enough, right? The good news is once I fit it up and I turn the water on, I'll let it sit there for hours just to make sure that there's no leak, right? So I finished. This is what it's like. I'm now gonna remove the old one and then I'm gonna install the one that I just built. I'm just gonna put this into place so I can then make the connections from the bottom. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna solder these sleeves on so I can make the connection up here. And then I can go ahead and start my soldering. Okay. All right, so this one is now finished. I'm gonna let it cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and now connect the bottom to the top. Again, just remember to put this soldering in. I already have it in here. It's good. Okay, so it's now time to install the last piece. I realized that I make a big rookie mistake. I should have installed this before I connect the plastic pipe. So I'm gonna have some issue with heat, but to mitigate that, I'm gonna use this to protect the plastic pipe. Okay, so I'm gonna set up the housing now for the valve, and then I'm gonna turn my water on and test the system to make sure that there's no leak. Okay, so I went downstairs and I turned the water on. I have this bucket here as safety, just in case something go south. Yeah, so right now there's no leaking at all. I'm gonna tighten this up and then charge the line fully and leave it for 24 hours and see if I have any leak, right? Like I said, if there was leak, I would have seen it already because you would have started to feel a little bit of dripping around the connection, and there's none right now. But just for safety, I'm gonna leave it for 24 hours. You know, this is a pretty simple job. Like, I'm not a plumber, I have no experience. I just did some research and I'm able to get it done decent. Well, thank you for watching, and until next time, life is good.